The bouncing phenomena that several F1 drivers witnessed when their cars reached full speed on the straight line caught many by surprise. As they had their first runs of the new 2022 cars, some teams have struggled to manage the problem, with Mercedes requiring temporary floor changes in Barcelona and Alfa Romeo not having a solid solution until the Bahrain test the following week. McLaren has no obvious explanation for how they were able to avoid most of the porpoising that plagued others in Formula One's first pre-season test this week. I'm your host Mike Henry from Formula One Universe. Did McLaren have found a way to stop porpoising issue? McLaren's technical director noted we had a couple of test items which appeared to promote it a bit more, he said, but then removing them reduced it, so you can fix it, aerodynamically as well. He further pointed, I think where we are it hasn't really been a topic for us so far. It's not to say it couldn't come back with further development. Of course, we suffer from it a bit, but it's not a major concern or a major distraction for the drivers. However, he believes that porpoising may be something that teams may never totally eliminate, and that drivers would have to live with it at some circuits. I think there's probably always going to be a bit of inherent ground proximity reaction like that, because they are ground effect cars, he added. I think it's inherent, and that's why we're seeing it now, but I think we'll learn to manage it. Quick feed. Guan Yuqiu, who will become China's first Formula One driver when he makes his debut next month, said he is not in the sport just to make up the numbers. I don't want to be in Formula One just for the sake of being here, said Zhu. I want to be here to be proving myself, to be making my country, making all the people supporting me proud. I want to do well in Formula One. After limited running in the first Formula One pre-season test, Valtteri Bottas thinks Alfa Romeo still has work to do. It feels like we are still in very early stages of actually discovering the car, Bottas said. For me it was quite limited running that we had, only with 2 different tire compounds, and only with very few setup changes, so there's still so much more to discover. That's why we are really aiming to work hard between the test and hopefully get a better understanding in Bahrain. There's work to do. I'm not saying anything against that, but also I feel there is potential in this package. I'm looking forward to discovering more about it with the team. Ferrari Formula One driver Charles Leclerc, he was delighted with the overall development over the previous year. It is quite interesting, driver told to Motorsport, because I'll say from 3 seconds to 1 second behind the car in front, you actually can follow closer. Then from 1 second to 5/10 I will say it's similar to the feeling I had last year. And then from 5/10 to extremely close, then this is much better than last year. It is nice, it's interesting. I mean, I'll have to do a few more laps behind a car, but it's looking good for now. After his first encounter in Barcelona, world champion Max Verstappen also offered positive comments. I've been following a few cars, and it seems like it's a little bit easier to stay behind. At least you don't have this weird loss of downforce where suddenly you have a lot of understeer or massive oversteer. Of course, I don't expect it to be fully gone and that you can follow on the rear diffuser, because of the speeds we're still doing in an F1 car. But it all seems a bit more under control. The cars are fine.